Hey guys, it's Ian at SS8000 Cars and welcome to my kitchen. Now, some of you that have been with us since the very beginning will have been here before because this is where we did the introduction to SS8000 Cars. And we're still going, and I'm back from the US, and I actually find myself with a period of time where I want to go through the Panamera E-Hybrid specification. My understanding is it comes out of production in the next day or so. So 2 weeks or 3 weeks from the point that it leaves the factory, depending on whether it makes the boat when it's shipped and shipped across to Porsche Hatfield, where they'll do all the preparation and get it ready for delivery. But, you know, I've chatted a little bit about the spec as I've borrowed different Panameras. So we had the GT Silver Panamera 4S in the summer, and we've most recently tried out the E-Hybrid Panamera 4 at Hatfield, which was one hell of an experience, I have to say. So excuse me a little bit, but I'm going to sort of make sure I don't miss anything on the screen, and we'll run through what I've spec'd the car with. So it's coming in jet black metallic. Now, I certainly spent forever trying to decide on the color. So I went for GT Silver because I thought the GT Silver with the Sport Design Pack, which gives you the slightly protruded front bumpers and rear diffuser, along with painted side skirts, which I think on the car looks really good. And I just decided in the end, since my wife especially doesn't like silver, I decided in the end that I was going to go for jet black metallic. I know there's a lot of cars out there with the same color, but it just looks good. And it's sort of stealth, and I quite like that. So on the inside, I'm going with the club leather interior in truffle brown. Now, I think the black against the brown, or the brown against the black, will look particularly good. And you don't see too many cars with the club interior. There are two different colors for club, both of them brown. The truffle browns are slightly darker, and then I think it's Cohiba brown, which is a slightly lighter shade. But I thought the darker shade would look particularly good. Now, I've gone for the Sport Design Pack, and as I said a second ago, that really gives you the slightly lower and protruded front spoiler, a deeper rear diffuser. It gives you slightly more paint along the rear bumper in the color of the car rather than in matte black, and it gives you side skirts also painted in the metallic black. I'm not having the model designation, so there'll be nothing on the back other than Porsche. The Porsche logo on the back is going to be in black. So, bit of a stealth look from the back. I'm having the LED main headlights, including the Porsche dynamic light system. So, the latest technology for the front of the car, because this is the car I will use most often. And when I come back from London, when I'm in the UK, at the moment, at this time of the year, it's always in the dark. Obviously, having things like park assist, including the reversing camera. I think park assist actually comes as standard on the car. As those of you that will have seen my video on the E-Hybrid that I drove, I really do like the panoramic sunroof. So I've gone for the panoramic sunroof and the privacy glass. So the privacy glass allows you to chuck stuff in the back of the car, and unless people really peer quite closely into the back, I think you'll find that you know, your stuff is reasonably safe in there. Obviously they're all PDK, so that goes without saying. I've changed the lime green brake calipers for black. I just think the black looks a little bit more attractive, and with that theme in mind, I've also gone for the sports tailpipes in black. So I think that'll look quite nice. Going for the 21-inch Panamera Sport Design wheels with satin platinum. Chose those because of the contrast with the black in the end. I'm going for the 18-way adjustable adaptive sports seats. So those are they're slightly more encompassing when it comes to sort of the side bolsters and the top part round your shoulders come round and sort of hold you in place. I'm not sure how much fast driving in country lanes you'd be doing in the Panamera Hybrid, but if it's even 80 or 90% as good as the Panamera 4S that I drove, it's going to be an exciting car to drive on all occasions. I've gone for the 4-zone automatic climate control, principally not so much because I need 4-zone climate control, but because it gives you the flat LED screen in the rear, so your rear passengers can have access to the stereo, to various information on the route, to the sat nav and stuff like that. Now I've not had a play with that, so don't tell me that none of those work, because I haven't had time to test it out. But I think a lot of the information that's normally on the MMI screen at the front of the car is also available in the back if you get the 4-zone climate control. Gone for things like seat heating in the front and rear, just because I think people that buy these cars expect that type of stuff. Side airbags in the rear compartment. Lane change assist is an interesting one. I don't know whether you remember when I did the video of the 4S, it had lane change assist, and what they are is they're little lights in the outside covers of the wing mirrors at the front of the car, and they light up when you've got a car that would normally be in your blind spot, and they are incredibly effective. And I've always been one of these people that I like, that's one thing that sometimes when you're moving out of lane on the motorway, or even in town where you've got traffic passing you on either side, going up Park Lane or wherever it is you are, and I just think it's very useful to know that there's a car in your rear quarters that you might or might not have seen. I've gone for the fixed shelf luggage compartment cover, which is basically normally it's a roll bed, but so it just rolls and attaches. I've never liked those very much, although they can be quite versatile on holidays because of course they're flexy. So if you actually put your cases and then you've got coats and stuff or other bags that you put on the top of your cases, of course the roll is soft, so it sort of molds round the different luggage areas, whereas the fixed cover doesn't, but I think the fixed cover looks nicer. And I've also gone with the fixed cover in leather, so I'm trying to create that sort of that ambience and the smell in the car. I've always been one of these people that absolutely loved the leather. I've got seat belts in crayon, so just a slight contrast with the truffle leather to make it stand out a bit. I've gone for the extended dashboard, trim package in leather. The steering column and instrument cluster is all in leather. You already know about the fixed luggage compartment cover. I'm doing the roof lining in Alcantara, which comes as standard on the turbo models, but I just think just adds a little certain something to the inside of your car, because of course that's where you're spending most of your time, is inside the car. Of course you see the outside, but mostly it's the inside that you spend most of the time in. So I'm trying to create quite a nice smelling interior, and I just love the idea of the club leather. Everything that is extended leather is done in the same material and quality as the main leather package that you choose. And then things like carbon interior package. I really like carbon in the car. I think the carbon along the front dash and down the doors really looks nice. A little bit on the center console. Gone for the Bose surround sound system. I think that'll be quite adequate for my needs. And a 6-disc CD holder, which I think I do use the phone, the music on the phone, but more often than not, I quite like just to stick a CD in there. So that's the spec, guys, and it's really at a point now where I'm looking forward to it. Funnily enough, I literally came back last night having spec'd the new GT3, so that's exciting too, and I'll chat about that a little bit later when I have at least I know the date that the car's coming. We're hoping January, February, but the dealer hasn't had the allocation for next year yet, so quite exciting, and we'll do that as soon as we get there. But I hope you enjoyed this chat through the Spec. I said I'd talk through what I was getting on the car. It always seems to me that you could double the price of the car if you really so wished. However, I think this will look good, and look forward to showing it all to you when we pick it up at Hatfield. All right, guys, it's Ian from SS8000 Cars signing off. Thanks for watching.